same with my emotions, y'all. We about to get right into it. Listen, let's go. Part two. Okay? Violent religions. I want y'all to listen. Listen.
Violent Religions. Published by Ascension Glossary. The Rise of Na World Religions. Armageddon Mind Control 1700 Ya Intentional Spreading of Violent World Religions based on satanic blood sacrifice, holy wars, and worshipping alien false father gods. Armageddon Mind Control linked to Atlantean cataclysm and human genocidal campaigns. Upon the invasion of the planet that transpired in stages since the Luciferian Rebellion, the negative alien agenda was formed by the intruders to prepare the inhabitants of the planet to worship false alien gods. To enforce their patriarchal domination in human culture, some false father archetypes were hand-selected by the Na and showcased as patriarchal prophets for their violent religions. Through brainwashing methods employing militarization strategy with technological mind control, the predator mind and their religions were downloaded into the planetary mind. When the planetary mind was invaded, the collective race mind of humanity was forever changed. Over generations of religious programming, the truth of the Na invasion was forgotten through the consistent consciousness wiping and recycling of the collective soul body of the earth.
Recycle.
This allowed the Na ideology of killing, warring, persecuting, and torturing humans to run rampant on earth, and for humans to believe they are bound to a variety of insane religious rituals. Repeated rituals are emphasized in Orthodox religion to mind control people into strict dogmatic beliefs mixed with an obsessive level of anxiety. Mind control implants are used to activate anxiety in the person if the ritual, prayer, or offering is not prepared to exact specifications. This is a form of indoctrination into their symbolism and religious interpretation. One may notice that in the religious zealot implant, or in satanic ritual, the person's fear and anxiety feeds the vampiric entity. The entity then stimulates the binding to religious or ritual addiction to continue to generate energy from them. When a human mind is dogmatic, obsessive, and ritualistic, it shuts down and loses access to free and open thinking.
Did y'all hear that?
Dark portal body and altars.
Listen.
Astral abduction and MyLab.
Listen.
Demonization of earth and symbols.
Now, a lot of times they don't play the whole thing for me, okay? So, I'm going to play each individual one for you guys, right? Because I want you to hear this. This is very, very important that we grasp this information because this is the plot that has been plotted against us, okay? And this one is the dark portal body and altars, y'all. Check it out. Hold on. Listen, y'all. If y'all only knew what I was going through all day to try to get this information up, like, yeah. Y'all see, I had to do a part two. They don't want me to get this information out, but I'm about to. I'm going to. Listen.
Eventually, fear and rigid thought forms fragment the mind, and this may result in bipolar and manic symptoms. Eventually, fear and rigid thought forms fragment the mind, and this may result in bipolar and manic symptoms, eventually generating multiple personalities called alters. When a mind is fragmented, the body is easily possessed as a dark portal. Each of the multiple personalities are bound to a version of the demonic entity or a level of the hierarchy of the fallen angelic forces, which govern the alternate personality and manipulates it to siphon the person's energy.
That's where schizophrenic comes in at.
This is one way a dark portal is formed in a human body. Most organized religions were designed to prepare for the submission to a future full-scale Earth invasion by these alien gods, if and when they could replicate the human genetic code.
What? Listen.
If they could replicate genetic code and sustain life force, they could exist on the Earth without degeneration and decay of their natural bodies. They have instituted alien hybridization and breeding programs to gradually genetically modify human bodies to be used as future receptacles.
To be used as future receptacles. Okay? Do you understand what's going on here? Let me play the other one for y'all. I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I can't make it up. Yeah. And you fact checkers, you're going to fact check Ascension Glossary. You're not going to fact check me. Listen, this one is Astral Abduction in MyLab, okay? So I think I broke down what my lab is, but if not, I will do a breakdown on that as well. But I want to stick with this one real quick. Violent religions, okay? Violent religions, y'all. Why are religions and religious groups so violent? This is the reason why. It's all a plot. Listen.
Astral abduction in my lab. In the astral abductions during sleep state, or through military cooperation in MyLab programs, they genetically experiment with artificial intelligence and the cyborgization of human genetics to help these extra dimensionals inhabit fully in a human hybrid body on the Earth's surface.
Wow.
This is similar to saying that the fallen angelics and their hierarchies that could not previously incarnate into a human body, now have an ability to do that through accessing portals of consciousness.
Your mind.
Some of us will notice certain human bodies with black or deadened eyes, or with no human energy aura.
Drain
In
your
many
energy.
cases, these are dark portals for fallen angelics or galactic dark spirit possessions. When the body expires, the fallen angelic or galactic spirit consciousness will leave this earthly plane through that human body. Humanity was largely forced to accept violent religion and brainwashing by corrupted religious authorities to prepare human beings to submit to these alien.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Whew. I can't make this up. I need y'all to Google this information, okay? I need y'all to research this information. Just punch it in online, all right? Under Ascension Glossary. So when you punch in the topic, you make sure you put in Ascension Glossary right after that. And whatever that topic is attached to is going to pop up under Ascension Glossary. I promise you. Oh, I can't make this up. Like, this is some crazy stuff, y'all. And upon me discovering this stuff, things like this, it just really, it does something to my spirit. Oh, it does something to my spirit. I'm not going to say it makes me angry, but it makes me want to reveal. Okay? It makes me want to reveal the evil that these demons are doing and what they are like, how they are causing so much problems in our lives. All right? And it's because they are absorbing the energy off of your misery. They are absorbing the energy off of your misery. So when you cry, when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're in pain, anything that is affiliated with agony, they are sucking it up, okay? And they're taking that negative energy and they're using it for what they consider to be positive. And that is constructing this society right here, this little agenda, this propaganda that they have been putting, they've been pulling the wool over our heads for years, okay? But listen, this one is called Demonization of Earth and Symbols. Listen. Please listen. Okay? Because this is what they've been doing, and it's affiliated to Earth, wind, fire, and what is it, air? Listen.
Demonization of Earth and symbols. Because the intruder agenda is to control, manipulate and siphon earthly resources, elementals, and all natural forces on the earth, all of these forces were intentionally demonized in religion as the works of Satan. Both early Christians and the occult have often divided up the evil spirits under fire, water, air and earth. This is to terrorize the average person indoctrinated into organized religion to run in fear from any sign or symbol that represents earth, nature, zodiac, alchemy, geometry, gender or the elements of creation. None of these elements are inherently evil. The intentional abuse of natural forces by fallen entities through satanic ritual is what makes them satanic, not their inherent design. It is important to discern the difference, as these natural forces and components must be returned to their rightful owner, as many of these creation codes belong to the Holy Mother's Cathar body.
And I demand that those things be returned back to the rightful owner. Woo! I decree, all right, We have to speak things into existence, okay? Once you know that spells are being done on you, you break them. They're broken automatically as soon as you find out a spell has been casted upon you. So I'm telling y'all, right? This is why I have to get out this information. I have to let you know that all type of spells has been casted over us. But we can denounce it. We can denounce them. We have power over these demons, okay? We do. We do. We, like I said before, we just have to know what to say. We have to know what to do. But first of all, you have to be aware of what's going on. If you don't know that you're under a spell, okay, then you're just going to be under the spell, right? But once you discover that you're under a spell, isn't that what Thomas said? Once you come to the realization of what's really going on, you will become astonished, right? And you will rule over all. You will rule over all. It's crazy how I just had to bring y'all this information, y'all. I don't listen. I know that all I could say is, damn, I don't really be wanting to say too much, so I'm not gonna say too much. All I'm gonna say is the plots is being revealed. All right. And I'm going to make sure that as it comes to me, I'm going to tell it, I'm going to reveal it to y'all. Okay. I'm not in position to help people individually, but I can help you in masses. All right. So what they really did when they called themselves doing whatever they did to me, they took me from a door to door, knocking on your door, giving you information, to be in position to give you information on a massive level. All right. They thought they were going to silence me because they didn't want this information to get out. And I'm telling you, I went through so much to get this information out, y'all. Just look at my finger. It's a whole story behind this. But I'm going to say that for story time. It's crazy how I had to go through so much to get this information out. As you see, this is part 2. The first one I tried to do, they shut down my system on me. Okay. I had to go in and erase this and download that, and I had to do all type of stuff for me to be able to listen. So on that note, I want y'all to research this information, okay? Don't take my word for it. I'm going to tell you like my grandfather used to tell me, believe none of what you hear, all right, and half of what you see. That means research, investigate everything. Never take anyone else's word for it, all right? And I won't lie to you, but you don't know that. You don't know me, and I don't know you. Some of you know me, some of you may not, okay? But one thing I'm not going to do is mislead you, right? So that's why I'm telling you to research this information for yourself. And once you go into this portal, believe me, a whole bunch of other portals will be open for you. Whatever questions it is that you have, seek and ye shall find, and you will find it, okay? But like I said, baby, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Take no one else's information for face value. That's what I was taught. All right. And I love my grandfather. Okay. Oh my God. I love my grandparents, period. My parents, my family, period. But my grandfather was just such an inspiration to me. All right. He's the reason why I recycle. He's the reason why I love adages. I can talk to you about a penny saved, a penny earned all day long. All right. Because that's how my grandfather used to talk to me. So I'm going to share as many of those as I can with you as well, because those to me were very inspirational. I hear those adages in my ear a lot. I hear them in my head. I hear my grandfather talking to me. Like, a penny saved is a penny earned. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started recycling, because I refuse to be out there doing certain things for money and I have the capability of getting it on my own. Like, really, bought a house on it. I've done so much on recycling. Woo, that's another story within itself too. But I'm out. All right. We're going to stick to the topic. It's about violent religions. Okay. And under violent religions, you're going to come up with the space program. It was some other stuff that I came across under this information. Let me let y'all give y'all a little list before I go. Okay. Because this was really real. All right. So sexual misery falls under this. Religious violence, humanity as sinners, and the crucifixion implants, right? So these crucifixion implants, I believe I've done a little skit on those too. But the crucifixion implants is just an implant that was basically inserted in our brains or whatever, like a neural, what is that shit that Elon Musk coming up with? That technology, right, is just like an implant. Neuralink. Okay? Neuralink. Neurology. Right? Your neurons. Come on, y'all. Y'all gotta know that these things can be manipulated. And that's exactly what has been happening to us throughout time. This is why we believe we went through slavery. This is why we believe Jesus was crucified on a freaking cross. This is why we believe that a lot of the things that they're telling us happened in history, we're believing that it really happened, right? But we're starting to wake up and our common sense is telling us like, okay, to me, there's no way that slavery happened. I don't believe that we are too like strong of a people to allow them to just come in and do those things to us, okay? But due to the implants, they got us thinking that this shit really happened. And they doing it through the books, you know how they taught us in school. That's an implant. It's being implanted in your brain, okay? Being repeated over and over and over again, just like these songs that you hear on the radio. Implanted in your brain. You hear that same song over and over and over again. Eventually, you will start singing that song. And a lot of times, you don't even like the song, okay? I've done it. A lot of times, you don't even like the song, but you're hearing the song so much, it's repetitive. You start repeating it. It's an implant. Same as this, okay? So what I want you guys to do is, man, listen, please, do your own research, all right? And if you find any, you know, like I said, don't fact check me, though. Fact check Ascension Glossary, baby, because that's where I got my information from. And if it doesn't sit right with your gut, then maybe it's not for you. But in the meantime, in between time, I'ma see you, okay? Peace, love, and happiness.